Let's open the book on this. Unseasonably warm weather has set off a surge of hairy caterpillars across the mid-peninsula. Their tiny hairs can trigger rashes and even breathing issues, so heads up around our oak trees. Okay, here we go from the top. Hi, I'm Leah.
And I'm Garrett. Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett, coming to you from Mountain View, California.
First up, unseasonably warm weather sparks a caterpillar invasion in the mid-peninsula. We're talking about the western tussock moth caterpillar, that fuzzy little crawler you've probably seen dangling from oak branches. Cities seeing activity include Menlo Park, Atherton, Palo Alto, Mountain View, and Los Altos. Here's the key health note. Those hairs can cause rashes, hives, and in some folks, trouble breathing. If anyone in your household is sensitive, maybe keep long sleeves handy under those trees. This started early. Menlo Park began treating trees on March 23rd after spotting a big uptick, and San Mateo County Parks put out an infestation notice on March 30th. The caterpillars are most noticeable through April and May, and they'll transform into moths by July. But here's the surprising part. Even after they're gone, the shed hairs can still cause reactions for weeks or months. Non-chemical control is the local go-to right now. Crews are using high-pressure water to knock them off branches rather than spraying pesticides. It's the worst outbreak in more than 6 years, and oak trees are taking the brunt.
Yeah, that kind of blew my mind. There's a ripple effect from the tree side. When these caterpillars defoliate a tree, they strip the leaves and the tree has to burn energy to regrow them, which stresses it, especially if our weather stays warm and dry. I'm down for the non-chemical approach because it keeps beneficial insects and birds in the mix. But if this is the worst in 6+ years, are we looking at a new normal every warm spring, or is this a one-off spike?
Great question. The early outbreak is being tied to unusually warm, dry weather, so if that pattern repeats, we could see this more often. Quick tip if you're outdoors, avoid brushing caterpillars off with your hands, use water to rinse skin and clothes if you run into the hairs, and try to keep pets from rolling in leaf litter under oaks. Real talk, it's itchy season.
All right, let's roll on. Next up, a YouTuber arrested for allegedly provoking and pepper spraying a shopper outside the Mountain View Costco. The person arrested is Richard Mazza, a Southern California YouTuber who calls himself a First Amendment auditor. That's a type of creator who films in public spaces to test constitutional rights. In simple terms, they record to see how people react. Police say that on March 28th, he pepper sprayed a man, and the victim suffered serious vision loss that might be permanent. Mazza's channel, called Freedom of the Press, features confrontational videos, and pepper spray clips reportedly got 3 times the usual views. He's been arraigned, released without posting bail, and the next court hearing is set for May 19th. He faces charges including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and unlawful use of tear gas. The victim plans to sue for more than $1 million. Quick note on the law here. Generally, you can film in public where there's no reasonable expectation of privacy, but that doesn't cover assault.
This one really resonates with me. Accountability on social media has to cut both ways. If someone is provoking confrontations for clicks, that's not a constitutional test. That's creating a hazardous situation. Ethical boundaries matter, and if a person is harmed, like with potential permanent eye damage, the content isn't just edgy, it's evidence. What's the line here, Garrett? Why take it that far when filming in public is already legal in most of these spaces?
Motivation, I guess. The incentive structure of views and engagement. When the most extreme clips triple your traffic, that pressure can bend judgment. That's not a defense, just a reminder that the platform rewards escalation. For me, accountability means letting the legal process play out and also having a community conversation about what responsible auditing looks like without putting people at risk.
Okay, let's move on. East Palo Alto halts debate on flock surveillance amidst public outcry. Flock is a company that provides automatic license plate readers, or ALPRs. That's a camera system that scans license plates and stores the data for 30 days to help identify vehicles tied to crimes. East Palo Alto approved a 3-year deal back in December 2025 at $90,000 a year, with no option to terminate early. After recent reports of data breaches nearby, residents asked the city to tighten rules on police use and data sharing. But on April 7th, the council paused and decided not to revisit limits right now. Community groups, including Indivisible Palo Alto Plus, met with the city in February to raise privacy concerns. The tech has helped document suspects in some cases. At the same time, Mountain View actually disabled its own cameras after discovering unauthorized data sharing. Flock representatives claim their tech hasn't been indirectly shared with unauthorized agencies, but that's being viewed skeptically, given the breaches elsewhere. Residents are also upset about transparency. They want clearer answers on who can access plate data and when.
That's a solid point. The public safety upside is real. License plate hits can help recover stolen cars or place a suspect at a scene. But privacy isn't an abstract idea. It's your daily movement history. A 30-day window might sound short, but it can still map your life. Without strong public rules on access, audits, and deletion, we're running on trust. Why not meet the community halfway with stricter policies, transparent logs, and an independent review, especially when there's no early exit clause on the contract?
Totally get where you're coming from. The city acknowledges the crime-fighting benefits, but people are asking for guardrails. In plain terms, guardrails are simple rules that prevent misuse. If the debate is paused, the question becomes, what happens in the meantime with data access and oversight? That's a thread worth pulling on.
Let's keep it moving. Use of force incidents decline in Santa Clara County amidst the sheriff's efforts. The sheriff's office reports use of force incidents dropped from 621 in 2024 to 603 in 2025. Most of these happened in county jails, often involving chemical agents like pepper spray. There was 1 fatality in 2025, up from 0 in 2024, so that's a serious note. The office credits more training in de-escalation and crisis intervention, better tactical decision-making, and the deployment of tasers starting March 2025. Quick definition: de-escalation is the set of techniques used to calm situations before force is needed. Tasers are less lethal tools that can reduce the need for hands-on physical confrontations. Even so, there's concern about force used on people with mental health issues and disabilities. Data also shows Latinos face disproportionate arrests and force compared to their share of the population. The jail system is under federal consent decrees, which are court-monitored agreements to fix conditions.
Let's get to the heart of it. Progress is good. A downtrend is good. But consistency matters most on the hardest days. The note that deputies used force more often to stop assaults and prevent self-harm is complex. On one hand, that can mean intervening quickly to protect people. On the other, we need strong mental health responses built into the jail environment. Why not double down on crisis teams and continuous training so de-escalation is second nature, even in chaotic moments?
Yeah, that checks out. Training plus data transparency plus outside oversight is usually the triangle that holds up improved outcomes. Keep the trend moving the right way, and keep a spotlight on vulnerable populations so the gains don't hide disparities.
Last up, Mountain View plans an entertainment zone with open alcohol consumption for World Cup season. California passed Senate Bill 969 in 2024, letting cities create these zones. They're basically designated public areas where during specific events you can legally carry and drink alcohol. Mountain View's proposal covers parts of Castro Street and nearby blocks, and would run as an 18-month pilot program starting May 28th if approved. The City Council reviews the ordinance on April 14th. The Downtown Committee is backing it, pointing to potential economic boosts for local restaurants and venues. Hours would be allowed 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., but only when the city designates an event. Quick definition: a pilot program is a time-limited test to see what works before making it permanent. The timing lines up with the Soccer World Cup, so the idea is to bring people together downtown and give businesses a lift.
That's pretty cool, right? Smart timing. If you're going to test crowd flow, safety staffing, and cleanup plans, do it when foot traffic is high. My only why is about operations. Why not build in clear checkpoints for measuring success, like sales data, litter counts, and police and medical calls, so everyone knows if the zone is helping more than it's hurting? If those boxes get checked, I could get behind making it a regular thing for big events.
And that's where we'll leave it for now.
Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local with Leah and Garrett, bringing you the latest from Mountain View, California. Have a great day, and we'll catch you tomorrow.